Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2 Myths and Mortals is finally coming to an end. This season had so many ups and downs, making it a very unique experience with many new items, stories, events, and so much more. Let's go on a journey back throughout the season and find out what made it such a controversial season. Do you remember how long the downtime for this season was? It was 19 hours long, which makes it the longest downtime ever that wasn't tied to an event. This was an interesting start to the season, which led to many more glitches and bugs later down the line. Enough of that, let's talk about the season itself. First of all, the theme of the season is obviously Greek mythology, which is probably one of the coolest themes for a season ever. The battle pass, however, is pretty lackluster. We have some cool designs for Cerberus, Hades, and Artemis, but then you look through the other four and oh no, it's pretty bad. Let's start with Aphrodite. She has been through it this season for how much people have talked about her, but it's deserved. Her design is so boring and basic compared to what we had in the survey skin, which is so disappointing because her old design is easily one of the best designs I've ever seen for a battle pass skin. Same issue with Medusa, who just looks meh but has such a better survey skin as well. Poseidon is fucking slurp juice, which is hilarious and makes sense for him, but at the end of the day it is a regular troll skin. And tell me why Zeus, the leader of the gods, has on camo pants. This is just so, I mean, what are we even doing here? Now, I will say though, they did a good job with some of the other skins that came out during the season, like Perseus, even the Nike goddess, Apollo, Ares, and a few others, which actually also this season is probably one of the best for item shop skins, sticking with the theme of the season. I don't think we've had a season that has had so many item shop skins devoted to the actual overall theme of the season, which is really cool, and I really feel like they did a great job of that. Epic could have definitely made some of these designs better and stuck to their original designs in the surveys, but anyways, I think some of them are still pretty solid. There were some big changes to the map, with two brand new biomes being the Underworld and Olympus. These together brought 4 new POIs with their own bosses of Zeus, Hades, Ares, and Cerberus. Now, these new areas of the map are really cool, like how in the Underworld there is the Styx River that gives you the ability to dash in any direction, and around Olympus there are large mountains and pretty much about it. These new POIs are done well with the theme, but I just feel like there's just so much empty space, and the location of Brawler's Battleground and the Underworld itself make it less desirable to go there since they are near the edge of the map. They are definitely fun new locations, but feel kind of boring where they are placed and just how overall they just have such a large space with nothing really going on there besides a few buildings scattered around. Now, going back to those bosses I mentioned earlier, well, they changed them this season and I actually love this update. Bosses now have to be summoned and aren't just strolling through their POI, and they have all their own cool phases for each boss fight and have minions to actually go out and help them. With that, they dropped their signature weapon along with a medallion like last season, but unlike last season, they have their own unique powers like gaining the Styx ability to dash, healing when you kill someone, aka Siphon, higher jumps and faster movement, and the other one, a 5% increase to range weapons. And yeah, I don't know why that one exists for the God of War, but okay. Overall, I think that this is one of the best changes to the medallions and to bosses overall, and I think that they definitely made a great change with this. Many new items and mythics were added, like the Zeus Thunderbolt, which got nerfed shortly into the season since build players can't shoot out a person floating in the air. The Icarus wings, which are really fun to use and I love them, actually able to fly. Also pretty decent, pretty easy to shoot out in the sky though. The new Hades chain, which is just so satisfying to use, and I've grown to love it, probably the most out of the new mythics added into the game. We also got a new shotgun called the Gatekeeper, and it's easily the best shotgun this season. Then we got a new AR, the Warforged AR, and the Harbinger SMG, which are okay. The DMR was brought back, and it's alright. I don't think it's anything crazy. It's a DMR. We also had like other items here and there, like the shield bubbles and the tactical AR, which got brought back, but it's absolute trash. But then we got introduced to the most OP item, waterbending. Yes, the same waterbending from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because of course, you know, Avatar fits right into the Greek theme. So as I was talking about the battle pass, well, I left out one skin. So Korra is the secret skin for the season instead of, you know, any other actual Greek characters. But hey, it's still a really cool collab. Korra was the spotlight for the season for a little bit when her challenges in Mythic came out. But soon after that, we got the whole Avatar update, which added earthbending, firebending, and airbending. This was such a fun update they added, and I'm so glad they got rid of all the Olympic mythics. So for a month, the literal weapons related to the season, the thunderbolt, the chain, and the wings, got vaulted for the new elements in a Greek mythology season. Anyways, fire and earthbending were alright, nothing too special, they were pretty fun to use, but the new airbending could get you across the whole map in 2 whole minutes, which is just insane, and it's easily the best mobility item we've ever had. And waterbending is still, well, waterbending, one of the best items in the entire game. Included in this collab, we also got a mini pass that features Aang, and then we got 3 extra bundles for Katara, Toph, and Prince Zuko. This was such a good collab, but I'm just wondering, why did they take out the Greek mythics? I guess they were just too worried of having too many mythic items in the game, but literally it's a Greek mythology season, and I feel like because of them doing this, it kind of hindered the overall experience of the season. Going past the Avatar update, and then, oh shit, it's May 4th. Okay, so now we are on the Star Wars event, back-to-back events, and I'm gonna be honest, the Star Wars event was pretty boring, especially compared to last year. I don't really have too much to say for this time because there really wasn't much going on in this collab, but the most memorable thing is Epic disabling Yoda. Now, for something actually interesting, Midas finally came back. He hasn't returned in the story since Chapter 2, Season 2, and brought back the Floor's Lava game mode, which is one of my favorite LTMs. His new skin also looks so good too, and it's probably my favorite version of him. I wonder what crazy things Midas and his original crew from Season 2, who also came back, have planned and where Epic Games will take them, but they left immediately. Their stay was very quick, but it was still amazing to see Midas come back, even if it was really short. But now it's time for one of my favorite things to happen this season. An actual live event. Zeus had his giant statue that overlooks Mount Olympus strike Pandora's box twice with lightning before sending one last red lightning strike, which fully charged Pandora's box and sent everyone flying into the sky, and then a red orb of energy bounces around the island as Pandora's box sinks all the way down into the river. The orb continues to bounce through the ocean before exploding, creating a huge sandstorm with some of the most amazing music, which props to the sound design team because they make some of the best event music ever. I'm so excited for the next season and where the story will take us. Now we are about to get introduced into the next villain, which is the Wanderer, and I'm very curious to see what they are going to do and if they have any connection to the last reality. So overall, the season, in my opinion, started off pretty strong with some good changes and an amazing theme for the season, but I feel like the lackluster story with the gods along with the Avatar update taking away most of the hype from the story and vaulting the mythics, it then finally came back at the end here with such an amazing event, and I'm very curious to see where they're going to go next this chapter. To give my final rating, I would say that this season is a 6 out of 10 C tier. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know your thoughts on the season.